right, so we are on, folks. Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Max.
And I'm Pep. Welcome to tonight's episode. No one's ever going to ever tell you to go. We know that you're all about simple senior health and fun. That's what we're about. We do this every single week, 7 p.m. live on Thursday nights. Visit our page, drmaxandpep.com. And also, please like and share our Facebook page. That's what we're about. We want to bring you value and content that's going to make your life better, because we know that you want to look, feel, and perform younger. Tonight's topic really is about, are you living with your foot on the gas, or is it on the brake? I read an article recently about a guy who had a dream. He was in the passenger seat of a truck. I don't know if you heard this one.
Oh, yeah.
So he's in the passenger seat of a truck. His buddy's driving, and they're going down a road that to him looks kind of vaguely familiar, but suddenly it goes from blacktop to gravel and dirt, and then they reach a crossroad, and the driver stops. So his friend's got he looks over at his friend. His friend's got both hands on the wheel. He's looking straight ahead, and he looks over at the guy. He goes, no one's ever going to tell you to go. Ooh. So isn't that kind of like what life is about? Because no one's ever going to tell you to go. You got to kind of tell yourself to go. So with that, I'm going to let Max kick off. That's
that's good stuff.
Little segue.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a beautiful thing.
So I'm going to let Max kick off tonight's bullet points, which is he's going to cover. We got some great value. You might want to take some notes, and look forward to chatting with you here in a little bit. Go ahead, Max.
All right, terrific, brother. Very good. I like that. I wasn't ready for that story. See, you guys think we script everything. You must think they must plan everything they say. No, we don't. A lot of the stuff is off the cuff because, Pep and I, combined experience of, maybe 40, 50 years in this industry and other businesses. So a lot of the stuff we wing, based on just our knowledge and our experience. But we do have some method to our madness, some organization. And tonight, we're going to talk about living life with your foot on the gas, right? So that might not even make any sense to you at first, but hear us out. So as you look at people and as you look at the world and the people in it, you really think about it, there's really two kinds of basic people. There's people that are aggressive, they are go-getters, they're dreamers, they're builders, they're workers. They're the people that are responsible for all those big corporations that you see, all those buildings and all that stuff. These are all dreamers and doers.
And also even small businesses in the local community.
Exactly.
Business owners in local communities, successful executives in corporations,
Yeah.
The person who does the most at church, things like that.
Yeah. These are the risk takers. These are the people that write the paychecks, right? These are those people that say, we're going to do something really, really big. So you have those. And then, of course, like Pep was saying, a lot of the small business owners. And then you have the people that really are not risk takers. They're in a comfort zone. They like home to work and home to work and home to work. They like that feeling because it's a quote-unquote security, but it's really not secure, but in their mind, they think they're secure. So you have two basic options. You can live your life with your foot on the gas, and once in a while, step on the brake. So your foot is on the gas. The people we talked about before, they're the builders, the aggressive, the dreamers, people that want more, and doesn't have to be a major corporation owner. Anybody that wants more to their life, those are the people that live with their foot on the gas. And once in a while, they'll step on the brake because they know they're going to get in trouble or have a problem or whatever. They'll slow down just a little bit. And then there's the people that live their life with their foot constantly on the brake. And once in a while, maybe, something really weird may happen and they might take a little risk. And then they get burned and they crash and burn and then that's it. They're done. They're not going to take another risk the rest of their life. So that's that other extreme, right? So what we're saying is we feel that you should live your life as a little bit of a risk taker. But the good news is you don't have to take these crazy, exorbitant risks. Just simply do what the masses are not willing to do. If you're willing to do just a little bit of what the masses are not willing to do, there is no limit to the opportunities, the doors that will open, the income that could come. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. These are not just sayings.
So you gotta ask yourself, what kind of person am I? Am I a person that's constantly living with my foot on the brake? And then if that's the case, why? What happened? Are you holding on to things that happened 5, 10, 20 years ago, and you're allowing that experience to affect the way you're living today? You got to get your emotions out of the way and start thinking logically, because there are people, like for example, that won't have a conversation about religion because they're afraid somebody won't agree with how they think. If you're not growing, I don't know why, but like every day you should be reading something to grow, to get your foot off the brake, basically.
Right.
Every day listening to something good, reading something to keep developing, to grow personally. Because if you're allowing past experiences or others, like, oh, my brother went to Connecticut and he had a terrible time, so I'm not going to Connecticut. Does that make any sense to anybody? I mean, really, honestly, does it make any sense? Some people are making really important decisions with no common sense, making no common sense
Or no information.
no information.
No information.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, that's really deep stuff. I didn't know he had a PhD. It stands for Piled Higher and Deeper. PhD in psychology. This is pretty good stuff. You know, this is deep stuff. So,
Piled higher and deeper, baby.
Piled Higher and Deeper. That's PhD stands for, baby. So here we go. So no offense to you high-level falutin PhDs
Yeah,
out there.
no offense to people with actual PhDs.
That's right. No offense to you guys. We love you. We need you too. Now, here we go. Number 2, vision versus process. So again, 2 types of ideologies, 2 types of mentalities, 2 ways of seeing the world, right? So you have the person that is visionary, the person that is thinking possibility, the person that is thinking, you know, if I did this, maybe I can get that. The person that is thinking, if I risk a little bit of time, maybe a little bit of money, maybe something, I can get some benefit out of it. That's a visionary person.
And that visionary person is also a person that says, I can learn what I have to learn to make my dream come true, make my vision come true.
Yes.
I can learn if someone else can do it, and because they learned it, I can learn it too.
Exactly, man. That's great. That's common sense. That's really, it's uncommon, but it's common sense. That's interesting, right? Versus the process. So you have the visionary people. Now I know from studying years ago, that the brain is kind of left brain and right brain dominant. People are either left brain or right brain. So the right brain dominant people are the artists and the visionaries and the thinkers and the dreamers. Right. Those are generally the right brain dominant people. Here they go. Right brain dominance. The left brain dominants are the engineers,
Accountants.
the accountants, the meticulous, the
Insurance agents.
the people that got to have their ducks in a row. Everything's got to be perfect.
Perfect.
Don't
perfect.
you?
Perfect.
Oh.
Perfect. I got a story.
There you go.
Talking to a guy today, it just so happens.
Yeah.
He says, we were talking about something that we have in common. Let me leave it at that. And he says, yeah, I've been looking at that for, I forget exactly how long he said.
18 years.
But he had been looking at it for so long that he probably forgot why he was looking. Okay, let me just say that. I was like, dude, you got to make a move. You got to decide yes or no. Because there's, in anything, I don't care what you're doing in life, you will never have 100% of the information to make a decision. I think it was Colin Powell that said, if you have 40% of the information, think about it, Colin Powell ran the military for the country. If you have 40% of the information and your gut is telling you it's a go, it's a go. Okay?
That's pretty good.
So this guy, and we had the conversation, man, honestly, and I feel like I had, some experience in this area. I said, you're never going to have all the information, but if it feels right, do it. And obviously it feels right because you're still thinking about it. Just go ahead and pull the trigger and go, man.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful thing. And before I go to number 3, he's just generated another story we were talking about before we got on the video. So among my circle of influence, people that I know, yesterday I was speaking to a lady who was married for over 40 years. Wonderful lady. She's either from India or Pakistan. I couldn't recall. But living up in Pennsylvania, and her husband was an engineer, and he had wanted to retire. For years, he kept telling the company, hey, I want to retire. And they kept saying, no, your knowledge is too valuable to this company. You cannot retire. We need you. You need to stay. And he kept saying for about 4 years. Finally, last year, the company said, you know what? We found another engineer. You can finally retire. He says, wow, thank you. I'm so glad. He came home excited, told his wife. About a week later, he's coming home from the office, and he's not feeling too well. He's 72 years old, by the way, which is really kind of young. I mean, these days technology is keeping us alive a lot longer. 72. By the way, he was a vegetarian. 6 months earlier, he had had an exam, complete bill of health, completely normal, no problems, no issues, normal EKG, normal chest x-ray, normal blood work, okay? He comes home, he tells her, I'm not feeling too well. She's sharp. She knows enough to know that he's not looking right, and he starts getting pain in his upper chest. He starts getting pain in his back, and she suspects he's having a heart attack. She takes out some baby aspirin, puts him in his mouth. It's too late at that point. They lived right by the hospital, but 911, the paramedics, for whatever reason, it's not their fault, things happen, they took 15 minutes to get there.
15.
1-5. He was dead in about 4 to 5 minutes. So, but that's not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is he had been working for that company for something like 30 years. And in his mind, he had created this slave mentality that for 4 years, he kept telling him, I want to enjoy my life. I want to travel with my wife. I want to enjoy my life.
He's asking for permission.
So he's asking a company for permission to go live. And in a week and a half, he was dead. So the moral of the story is, don't live your life feeling like you are a slave to any corporation or any single entity. I mean, the only thing you can ever count on in life, truly count on, is your own ability to perform.
Whew. Come on.
There's nothing else, man.
That's it,
I mean,
baby.
that's it. It's your time. It is your mind. It is your efforts, the work that you do. That's what matters and that's what counts. So, finally.
We could stop right there.
I know. We don't even need to do part 3.
We got one more.
And we got one more.
Right.
We could do a whole video just on any one of these things. Right? Living with real peace of mind. So one of the great things that happens in life, folks, is when you've done what we're talking about, right? When you've invested the time, you've invested the effort, you sacrificed it, you put in a good day's work, and you know what? You can sleep at night. Whether you made $1 million or not, it doesn't really matter. You put in the work, you know that it's a cause and effect world. That work is going to materialize somewhere else as a result.
That's right. Karma,
somewhere.
basically.
Yeah. So basically,
You plant the seed, the harvest may come somewhere else.
it's going to come. The matter is when.
It has to. That's the law. Sowing and reaping.
Sowing and
reaping.
Sowing and reaping. Yeah, it's a cause and effect world. What you sow, what a man sows, therefore
shall you reap.
he or she shall reap whatever you sow. Right. So take heart and have peace of mind, knowing that you're working, you're doing the right thing for yourself and your family, and that's really huge. Do you want to bring up anything else?
No, that's
within this
fantastic.
topic?
No,
Go ahead,
fantastic. Want you to go and visit our webpage, drmaxandpep.com. Take a look at all the stories in there. The information about the gel is amazing. You want to talk about the gel real quick? It's just going absolutely berserk.
Yes.
We encourage you, if one of your goals for 2019 is to create an extra stream of income, we encourage you to take a look at the gels. Send us a message. We'll send you the information, and then we can follow up with each other that way.
One final thing for the ladies, just a study was released actually just, I think, this past week, but showing that body fat and torso fat around the abdomen is directly been linked to breast cancer. So they're saying if you're about 30%, I want to say 30% or so, 11 pounds or so over, you get an extra 30 to 36% increase of breast cancer. Think about that. So just torso fat. So along the lines of being active and being healthy, this is what we're all about, right? Dr. Max and Pep. So what you want to do is be active, try to make the best food choices you can, and then be as healthy as you can.
And drink lots of water.
Lots of water, right? Healthy, and you want to minimize that torso fat. For whatever reason, it's that fat around your torso.
Because a lot of times your body, when you're dehydrated, gives you a signal to eat, and what you're craving at that point is sugary stuff or salty stuff, fat stuff, things that aren't good for you. Instead of that, when you're dehydrated, just drink a glass of water. It'll satisfy what that feeling is.
And it'll help with the hundreds of millions of biochemical reactions that your body does every single minute of every day, which is amazing in itself. But anyway, that's it. What else? That's it?
We're good.
We're good. Hey, that's a wrap, folks. We'll see you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Have a great week.
Awesome. Great stuff, man.